Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Please like this video. I've discovered that so many people forget to like our videos, and if you don't like our videos, YouTube doesn't share our video. Please do so by liking. This politics of Mount Kenya and this politics of Rift Valley, I'm beginning to suspect that someone is responsible for the beef.
Mtu ambaye anajitakia makuu, wacha hao wabaki, waje watuulize kura siku za mwisho. If you want to lead the people of Kenya, have a plan.
How is it possible that this issue has gotten out of hand? When Ruto was confronted with the Mount Kenya leaders to pick one of their own as a deputy president candidate, Ruto opted for Rigathi Gachagua as opposed to Kithure Kindiki, whom according to the votes there garnered the most. In fact, if you remember that night, it was as if Kithure Kindiki was the one who had been preferred. But Ruto saw that the best person for the job was Rigathi Gachagua. As to why Ruto opted for Rigathi Gachagua, up to now, nobody knows. Maybe he realized that Kithure Kindiki was smarter than Rigathi Gachagua. Maybe he looked at Rigathi Gachagua and realized that Rigathi Gachagua was, like a goon. Would I say that? The reason is still unknown why he opted for the less popular Gachagua back then. I was listening to Rigathi, very carefully, when he was responding to the Mount Kenya leaders who had attacked him, the likes of Ichungwa, Ndindi Nyoro. There was also a certain event that Musalia Mudavadi also attended, and FAROUK was there. That's the time these people took the advantage and attacked Rigathi Gachagua. So as usual, Rigathi Gachagua was not going to just sit down and just watch them destroy him like that. And being the politician he is, he decided to attack these people.
So ignore a few noises here and there. And I ask the leaders from this region, please, all politics is local. All politics is local. Listen to the ground. Takuliza viongozi wote. Na these MCAs, they know because I'm talking ground. Wanaketi ground, wanasikiza ground. Listen to the ground. And leaders of this region who want to fight unity, don't speak in Western. Don't speak in Rift Valley. Come and speak here. If you think this unity is a bad thing for the Mount Kenya region or is tribalism the way I'm hearing, don't speak outside there. Kuja ita mkutano hapa Mkurueile, useme hii umoja ya Mount Kenya ni ukabila.
You see, there are politicians in Mount Kenya, if you've been observant, politicians who don't make statements when they are in Mount Kenya region, but when the moment they exit Mount Kenya, probably to other counties, that is where now they start talking about, or to other regions. That's why they just start talking about Rigathi Gachagua and why Rigathi Gachagua is being a tribalistic leader. This has always been what they have been saying, that he is a tribal leader. So that is something that they normally make once they have exited a Mount Kenya. So Rigathi told them that if you want to address this matter, you need to come here, you need to speak while you are here. And I think he was making that statement when he had toured Mukurweini constituency. But one funny thing about Rigathi Gachagua's statement, I picked a part where Rigathi talked about shares.
United against anybody or any other region. We are united in purpose so that we can fight for our fair share of the national cake, so that we can retain our relevance in the national political discourse, so that when we go to sit on the table to decide on what happens to Kenya, tunakuta kiti yetu imewekwa mpaka imewekelewa maua, kwa sababu tuko wengi na tuko na nguvu. Nguvu yetu ikiisha, hatutakuwa kwa hiyo meza.
So when he talked about shares, one thing that I wondered is, does it mean that Gachagua did not receive the share he projected? I mean, that is something that kept bothering me. But you see, I also remember when these people are, coming together, Ruto team, Gachagua team, Ndindi Nyoro team, Kithure Kindiki team. There's a statement that Rigathi Gachagua kept using, a statement that him and Ruto, they trust each other. There is no need to sign any document, to enforce the trust. They trust each other. It was a gentleman's agreement. So as to why Rigathi Gachagua is not feeling shortchanged, because the moment Rigathi Gachagua talked about our share, our share, it means Rigathi has not received the share he projected. But if you look at the appointments, just to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, the appointments, the parastatal appointments, if you look at the national appointment, cabinet appointments, if you look at ambassadorial appointments, even those CAS positions which were dished out before the court stopped them, majority of those positions went to Mount Kenya and Rift Valley. That's why you find that even in Nakuru County, when Susan Kihika picked the CECs there, executives, the court, someone went to the court, one doctor went to the court and challenged Susan Kihika's nominees, and the courts realized that Susan Kihika had violated, had contravened or violated a law that requires equal or equity in distribution of those positions. So she had picked Kikuyus and Rift Valley people only, the Kalenjins, Kikuyus and Kalenjins in his ministry, in his cabinet, government, that is the county government. So as to why Rigathi is thinking that maybe they were shortchanged, this issue of shares, it's a narrative that Rigathi Gachagua came up with. But you see, this narrative suffered the moment Ruto attacked it. Well, he had gone to Bondo. There's that meeting in Bondo where I think Oburu Odinga was there, but Raila was not in attendance. So that's where Ruto talked about the issue of shares, people talking about shares. He told those people that that's a stupid idea. I think that is the time now this matter of shares just fizzled out. This story fizzled out, and there has never been any talk about shares until now. So what Rigathi talked about in that video I shared there, the video I shared, is already telling us that Rigathi feels shortchanged. One, Rigathi has realized that the shares which he had projected are not the ones that were delivered. Two, Rigathi also still thinks that, the government that they were formed, they are conjoined. I mean, or rather you can say they are two, conjoined, two, but you see there's a video that surfaced. I was looking at this video and I wondered whether someone had doctored this video or it was something that William Ruto had actually said. But you see, if you look at that video again, Gachagua was there and Ruto talked about hakuna mtu, hii serikali si yeye na mtu yote, ni yake.
The government belongs to William Ruto. Because I don't want anybody to think here that there is a government that belongs to all of us.
So that was a message that was shared there. And then slowly, if you looked at the facial expression of Rigathi, who was in attendance there, you could tell that if I thought that video is legit, then you could tell that Rigathi was not pleased at all with that statement. But you see, these days there are videos which people doctor. They edit videos and put other people's voices, and sometimes they just do that to be able to confuse the viewers. So if at all that video is legit, then Ruto is telling Rigathi Gachagua that Kenya Kwanza government ni yake, that all other people are under him. There has never been a time where deputy president and the president, the two of them are the ones that the government belongs to, both of them. It is always the president in most of the states. That's why even in US you find that it's always Biden, despite the fact that Biden has a female vice president, but it's always Biden. the one who calls the shots there. So even in this Kenya Kwanza government, the person who is calling the shots is Ruto. Gachagua cannot call the shots. He can only make politics around here, but he can't call the shots. So that is the difference. I don't know whether Gachagua realizes it. The constitution doesn't give him permission to call the shots. He works under assignments given to him by William Ruto. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about what Gachagua said, responding to the Kikuyu leaders who are making explosive statements in other regions of rival people? You know, they don't make those statements within their home region, like for example within Mount Kenya, but they opt to make those kind of utterances elsewhere. So Rigathi has challenged these people to come home, to come back and make those statements probably at Mukurweini, you know, Kiambu, Ruiru, all those places. But you see, the response that was given is a bit different. So that's not going to happen. They're not going to make that blunder because they know the repercussion of that kind of message. Right now, at a time whereby taxations have hit the ceiling and nobody seems to be smiling about the taxes which have been imposed by William Ruto, especially the motor vehicle tax. That is not something that people want to hear. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to raise my case here. But what do you think about these remarks? Just go below the comment section. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.